I saw the crisis in her eyes the moment I opened the door, and in the way her 5-year-old boy clung to her leg. They had fled devastating poverty and violence in Honduras and somehow endured hundreds of miles of dangerous terrain and threats and made it to the border. She had hoped for relief to seek asylum, but was separated from her child instead into 2 different deplorable detention facilities. After 50 days, they were conditionally released and reunited and came to Greensboro to stay with an acquaintance. And soon that young boy began having panic attacks, and the man they were with began shaking him and hit the mother when she tried to intervene. They had no possessions, knew no one here. They contacted an attorney they had met at the border who told them there was a safe place they could go to for help, Faith Action International House. This is just one of over 3,000 stories from people from all over the world, from Vietnam and Syria to Niger and Scotland, of people who rang our doorbell over just the last year. And they're some of the most courageous, resilient people you will ever meet. They're not strangers to fear. They're neighbors to embrace. We're known amongst many community partners as the Ellis Island of Greensboro, a refuge from the storm, a home that restores dignity and hope. And within a few hours, we were able to provide them emergency help with food, shelter, clothing, legal services, and much more, and a Faith Action ID card so she could reliably identify herself with schools, health centers, and law enforcement and feel like a part of our community. And that ID card program created by Faith Action in Greensboro has since expanded to 20 cities across the nation, from West Palm Beach, Florida to Cincinnati, Ohio, and Hood River, Oregon. She sent us a text the other day saying, "You all helped me. You extended your hand and your heart without knowing me or where I came from. You made the impossible possible for my child and I, and we won't forget it." And history's shown when we show kindness to our newest neighbors in need, many overcome significant challenges and go on to become some of the best officers, teachers, and artists that we'll ever see. And with ongoing support, that will be the future for that remarkable 5-year-old boy. And in the meantime, detentions are on the rise, and our newcomer community is living with great fear. With your investment of $20,000, we can ensure no immigrant family walks alone. All legal consultations for those who are detained will be paid for, as those with legal representation are 14 times more likely to be released. And for the families left behind, they'll have access to emergency support with rent and basic needs, ensuring no families left behind. Now more than ever, we need your help to ensure the next family who rings our doorbell knows they have a home and they have a community that is there to serve, love, and protect them. Thanks for listening, and know that you too are always welcome at Faith Action.
Thank you so much for your work. That your organization does such holistic work in this cause. That's a really impressive list of services that you just rattled off for us. And I especially thought the ID program is so simple but so innovative, and congratulations on that being adopted across the country.
Every time I think I got this thing narrowed down, it switches on me. But just your commitment shows that the compassion that exists in our community, which you know, is like overwhelming. Just everybody is just really trying to do their part to make this a better place for all of us. So appreciate what you're doing for us. So.
Ditto to that. And you know, when I was in DC, I saw many times how Greensboro was influencing the nation, and Faith Action Network was definitely one of those that people talked about and were curious about, and I know came and visited you all to learn from. Thank you for what you're doing.